All right, hello and welcome. We are going to go ahead and continue to work on our project today. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to open it up. So I'm going to go down here to our File Explorer, find our project here. So that would be in our Documents folder, Digital Art Class folder, and then in our Project folder. So Gimp item in a bottle. From there, I'm going to look for the Gimp file here, and I'm just going to double click on it. We can also right click and open with Gimp as well. And here is our current file. Now what we're going to do today is we're going to clean up this excess water, all this stuff we don't need that's outside of the area of the bottle itself. So one of the first things I'm going to do is I am going to zoom in. And I'm going to start on this side of the bottle down here, holding that shift or the space bar button and moving with my mouse to move. And we're going to start kind of down here and get rid of what we don't need. To do this, we don't want to erase, and we don't necessarily want to um, paint over top of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a clipping mask. So with our water layer selected over here in the layers palette, I'm going to right click and I'm going to go apply a layer mask. Now what this is going to do, everything on default is perfectly fine here, so we're just going to hit add, is it adds this area of a mask for our project, and we're going to paint on that mask with the color black. So to do that, we're going to come over to our tools here, and I'm going to click on my paintbrush tool, and it's going to bring up my paintbrushes over here in the palette on the right when I double click on it. So I'm going to first choose a brush by clicking on the brush icon here, and I want a fairly soft edge. That's going to help hide some of the imperfections of what we do. So I'm going to select that brush there, and I'm okay with everything else. We can adjust the size here up or down. If I look over here, this is the size of my brush. It's that entire circular area of my tool. So I can adjust that down by, or make it larger, or make it smaller by using the bracket keys, okay? Or the up and down arrows there for size, so I can make it smaller. One of the other things I like is on your keyboard, I love those keyboard shortcuts. To the right side of the letter P, you can click the bracket key. It does not look like it is adjusting though for me right now. It does look like it's working. There it looks bigger, and there it looks smaller, but my bracket keys aren't working. And I thought that was a keyboard shortcut that works. So if it's not working for you, go ahead and use that slider bar. Glad I'm showing you two different ways. And all I'm going to do is, now that I'm zoomed in, and I can come in even closer and get that brush, and I'm going to just paint. Now, if you're like, okay, well, what's the difference? You said we're not going to paint this, that we're going to use, oops, and there I went a little bit too far, so I can go edit, undo. If you go too far, remember, use that outside edge of that circle, because if you get in too close, it is that whole area. If you notice down over here on our thumbnail, there's a little bit of a mark down there. I'm actually painting black area on that mask. So I'm hiding this. The advantage to this is that you're not really deleting any information. And so if you ever needed that information back, or you make a bit of a mistake, you can easily go back in time and get it. So, oh, I just slipped into my bottle there. Well, I could do edit undo, or I can come over here and I can swap my colors. I need white for the foreground color, so I'm just going to hit this arrow, and now I can come back in and paint with white right there in the bottle, and I get back. So I'm painting with black and white on my mask. Black acts as a mask and hides. White acts as an area that is not masked that will show what's going on. And so I really want you to take your time and work on this mask, cleaning up. You can see that's starting to get more black as I draw, paint. And I'm going to clean up this edge, getting really close. Again, that soft edge of that brush gives us the illusion there, kind of hides some of our imperfections of our lines. So continue to paint this area out here with my mask. Don't forget all of that outside stuff, and then get close and paint that edge. Holding the shift or the spacebar button, I can move and keep working up the design. And I will move that out of the way. And I'm just really paying attention to the contour, the shape of that bottle. So I'm going to keep working on this. When I get to the end, I will talk to you about what I'm going to do up at the top. All right, so I have pretty much the upper part of that bottle done. I do want to have this water become like it's coming into this, but I don't need it up here. And it kind of has this funky like edge, right? So I'm going to kind of come in right where that cork is and take that out of there. And I think I'm going to bring it. No, I don't like that. I feel like I got rid of too much. So what I want to do, I'm going to get back into my white. I'm going to kind of put the water back in where it makes sense up to this cork. And let's see, that fuzzy edge is definitely helping here. And I'm going to switch back because I got a little bit outside of the edge here that I'm not crazy about there. All right, let's zoom out and see how this looks. This is a little sharp for me up here, but I do want to take a look at it. Okay, so not terrible. Still think there's some work I can do up in this area, but for the most part, I'm pretty happy with that. Do love how it looks here down here at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, I'm going to mess with that a little bit, but let's go ahead and save for the purpose of the video. So I'm going to, let's say you're happy with this, you're going to go File, Save. Project is saved. That looks good. And then for the purpose of our progress photo, we are going to take a screenshot today. So the Windows button, Shift button, and S. My screenshot tool will pop up. I'm going to draw a box around everything here, including the programming. Once it pops up in the Snip and Sketch tool, I'll open it and I'll go ahead and save my screenshot. So this would be the 11.06 screenshot. And I'll hit save. And then I can close that window. And then I can close the program. If you do have any questions or concerns about this part of the video and this part of the project, please reach out and let me know. Otherwise, enjoy the process.